Good morning, students. I hope you are doing well. Today is 11th of June, and today we are going to see the next lesson plan of Block 5. So, let's see. This is your teaching video of Grade 3 Social Studies, and we are on Block 5, Lesson Plan 2, right? Evaluation of transport. So, these are the resources that you need to keep ready. You need to bring your content book and your workbook, volume 1, notebook, pencil and eraser. Please keep ready before you sit for study so that it may not disturb you. Next is recap. Okay, what we learned yesterday, we are going to let's look at a brief. So we could learn about the reasons for travel. So we travel within the city to go to school and to go to office, to go to shopping mall, or to go to the doctor, etc. It's a small error. Please kindly remove this B. It should not be there. By mistake, it has come. Read it only to, not B. Okay. And second point. So long distances for holidays. When we go for long distances, mainly we go for the holidays or vacation, or we go to meet our relatives, or we go to attend family function across the city, and we also go to visit new places or historical places, right? Next is thousands of years ago people traveled only to hunt for food and shelter, right? So in thousand years of ago also people traveled, but their main purpose for traveling was the main reason for traveling was to hunt for food, and also they travel for shelter also, right? I hope you have understood. Now let's start the new block. Okay. Okay, before we start, so let's start with the keywords. These are the keywords in this block. Please, before we proceed, just look at this keyword: sledge, raft, and wheel. Sledge means a vehicle without wheels that used for traveling on snow, right? Raft means a flat structure made of pieces of wood tied together and used as boat, right? So I have pasted the picture of raft in this video. You can look at in when it will come. I'll show you. Another thing is wheel. Wheel is one of the circular structure objects under a car or bicycle or any other vehicle, right? And that turns when it moves. So it turns when it moves. Next. So now here I'm going to start. Imagine you lived in a time when there were no cars, no rickshaw, no bicycle, no trains like we have today, right? Today we have car, rickshaw, bicycle, trains, aeroplane, everything we have. But imagine when all these things were not there in those times, right? You imagine. Hmm? And after imagining, let me ask you this question. How would you travel from one place to another? So if you're living in thousand years back, how would you travel from one place to another? Next, what if you are told that you could not use anything that has wheel? How would you travel then? Of course, it is difficult, right? Hmm? It will be difficult. So, long year back or earlier, when there were no vehicles, so how we will travel in the place where, or in such place where there will no any vehicle, no wheels. So we will travel by foot, on foot, or we ride on animals and travel. What if you are told that you could not use anything that has wheel? How would you travel then? Okay, if there is no wheel, means we cannot travel even by horse cart or bullock cart, anything. Then we have to travel by on foot, or we have to travel on the animal back ride. Okay, we have to ride on animals and travel, like ride on elephant, horse, donkey, camel, right? That people used to do in earlier. I hope you have understood now. So we are on block 5, lesson plan 2. This is our main topic, travel in earlier, right? So today we will learn about the ways in which people traveled in earlier times, right? Before the invention of the wheel. This is our aim. So at the end of this lesson plan, I believe you will be able to compare the ways in which people traveled from one place, people traveled before the wheel was invented, right? So I hope you will be able to compare. Let's move. Okay, this is activity time. So please, what you have to do is uh, open your workbook, right? Open your workbook and read the comic. This is the comic. Your volume 1, block 5, S2, travel in earlier time. You have to read this comic. It's very small. Just look at here. Kunta was a little boy who lived thousands of years ago. He and his family lived in a cave as they did not have houses in those days. Very often they moved from one place to another in search of food. Now they are traveling. So Kuntas is telling, Father, can we stop? We have been walking all morning and my feet ache. Aches. All right. Climb on the buffalo. Children, I hope you have got it. Now let's ask the question here. Okay. How are the people traveling? Imagine. Remember this question. Either you can note it or then we will discuss in the next slide. How are the people traveling? Why are they traveling this way? Why might this travel be more difficult from how we travel today? What would have helped them to travel faster? How is traveling in a car like riding an animal? How is it different? Right. Let's move. So first thing, they are traveling on foot, right? They are traveling on foot. Kunta and his family are traveling by foot or riding an animal, right? Next. Okay, this is a small mistake. Write capital T. It should not be a small t. Right. So why are they traveling this way? Yeah. Traveling on foot and riding on animals is very slow, so it takes longer. That's why they are traveling in this way. Please, here also a small mistake. Please correct this error. First letter should be capital and riding on animals. Yeah, riding animals is also okay. Is very slow. It takes longer. Here after full stop is a I. Please remove this. Don't write it. Next point. Hmm. Why might this travel be more difficult from how we travel today? Right. Because So traveling on foot is really difficult and make us tired, right? And so that's why we can travel faster with vehicles. When we are travel with vehicles, that will be faster. So what would help them to travel faster? So vehicles would have helped them to travel faster. So we can travel faster with vehicles only, right? Next. Okay. Uh, how is traveling in a car like riding an animals, right? No. Uh, what would have helped them to travel faster? Right. Invention of vehicles help them to travel faster, or we can travel faster with vehicles. Next, uh, how is traveling in a car like riding an animal, right? Because the both are controlled by human, car also and animal also. Okay. How is it different? See, earlier people traveled on foot and rode on animals. But nowadays, people travel faster by vehicles, right? See, earlier people travel was slow and tiring. So the earlier people's travel was slow and tiring, but now so travel is more comfortable than earlier. I hope you have understood. Let's move to the next slide. Right. How were the ways how were the ways of travel different for earlier people from the way we travel now? Okay. See, remember this. Earlier people traveled on foot, rode on animals, moved on sledges or on raft. They took long time to reach their destination. Today we have many types of vehicles and that help us to reach faster than earlier. Got it? Next. So these are the different. Remember this different. So traveling in earlier times, people traveled on foot and rode on animals. And present day, people travel faster by vehicles. Earlier, travel was slow and tiring, but now travel is more comfortable. Traveled in earlier times. There were no vehicles in earlier times, and the people used to travel on foot. They travel on by animals. They rode on animals and travel, and they moved on sledges from one place to another place in the especially in the snow area, snow capped area. People moved on sledges earlier and on raft, so in the water or bodies like a river and all. So people used to travel through raft, right? Raft, as I told you, is a flat structure made by wood, made of wood, right? Next. But travel in modern times, nowadays we travel by car, motorbike, and bus, aeroplane, train, etc. So these mode of travel is more faster than the earlier times, right? Look at this picture. As I told you, this is the picture. The first picture here, you can see it's a flat structure made of wood. It is a raft. Okay, so people travel on raft in a river, across the river, right? Just for hunting fish and all, or going from one place to another. They cross the river through this raft. And second picture, people travel on foot. They do not have animals also. That's why they travel on foot from one place to another. Look at these pictures. People used to travel through the animals, and also they used to travel through boats, right? Rode on animals and through boat. These were the mode of travel in the earlier time. So now the last question. Do people travel without wheels today? Why would someone travel without wheels? Yeah. The answer is, do people travel without wheels today? Yes. The answer is yes. Now the reason is, why would someone travel without wheels? Right. The reason for traveling without wheels. So sometimes vehicles cannot be used in the hills, right? Hills or forest or deserts. So when there are no proper roads, so in such places or in such cases, people have to walk or ride on animals. So there is no any other option even today. Okay. So especially in the hilly areas, there are no roads, proper roads, or there are no roads. Then people have to walk or they have to ride on animals. Or in the especially in the hilly area, people usually walk. The animal also cannot walk for that. But in the desert area and the forest area where there is no road, people have to go through ride on animals to move, right? So these were the mode of travels in these days. Right, not a mode of travel. These are the reason for traveling without wheels in the today's case, right? I hope you have understood. So do people travel without wheels today? No. Yes, people travel without wheels today also. Why? Because in some places or sometimes vehicles cannot be used in the hills or forest or in deserts. So in such cases, uh, uh, people use uh, animals to move or they go by walk, right? So I hope you have understood. So this chapter is over, this lesson is over, not chapter is over, but this lesson plan is over. So oh, we have to read the bonus question. So how people travel on mountains where there is no roads, right? So you have to write the question, and answer you have to write in Schoolia, not Schoolia. Yeah, Schoolia. You will form set. The link will be given posted in Schoolia. From there you can write the answer, find the options. Okay, so please read the topic. This topic again: why people travel, from block 5, and you have to complete your workbook S2. S2 I have shown you in the beginning of itself, and I'll show you in the next also. And you have to do the PQ 4, 6, and 8 in your notebook. This is your workbook S2. You have to fill it, complete it, right? Next is okay. Time to say thank you. Thank you, and thank you very much, and God bless you. We will meet soon in the next video. Bye.